Welcome to the Love Pod Reality Rescue, where stars from your favorite reality shows spend the day volunteering in a pod takeover. Today, we're sending Love is Blind Season 7's Marissa George over to Humane Rescue Alliance in Washington, D.C. to check out the adoptable pets. Let's take a look. Just a note that our mics didn't happen to be working this day, so it's a bit loud at the rescue, especially outside. But we fixed it for future episodes, so thank you for bearing with us.
So, Marissa.
Hi.
Hey. You're here at Humane Rescue Alliance. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Why are you with us today?
Well, I have two fur babies, and so one, I like to volunteer, homeless shelter, animal shelter, wherever I can get out. I like to do stuff like that, and it's a fun day. You get to spend all day with like a little baby like Tippy or other cats, which hopefully I'll see later. So yeah, I just came out to just hang out with you guys for the day, talk about the different programs you guys have, see if I can get started and volunteer regularly with you guys. So.
Yes,
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for being here and for wanting to spend your time with us as a future volunteer,
Yes.
future foster caregiver,
Maybe a future dog owner. Don't tell my
look at this! We have a wide variety of animals. Most of the animals that we do have in care currently are cats and dogs.
Okay.
But you can occasionally find your friendly guinea pig, hamster, bunny rabbit. You know, we'll get in lizards and reptiles, turtles.
Snakes?
Yeah.
I like snakes.
Yeah.
I'm not actually
Yeah.
scared of snakes.
But yes, if there's an animal that you're looking for,
Yeah.
if you're wanting to open your home to a new pet, we certainly are here for you.
Yeah.
Here for that. I heard that you rescued your cat.
I did.
Yeah. So what drew you to adopting rather than, say, purchasing an animal?
I am very anti-breeder, and I know that can be controversial for some people, but I just don't believe in that. I view animals almost like humans in a sense. There's so many like health implications that come with that, so I tend to always just go to a shelter and rescue. Growing up, my mom and I and my siblings used to like rescue cats off the street, and so it's just something I'm used to doing. It doesn't feel, I don't know, it doesn't feel right to me to go to a breeder. So I always like going to a rescue, and these little babies need homes just as much as, look, stretch it out. These dogs and cats like need homes just as much as, you know, these other animals that are getting created in a sense. So I like to go and get a little rescue, and they come with different personalities. I rescued this dog when I was in high school. I wasn't planning on it, but he was a Beagle Basset Hound, and I was at a PetSmart, and he was there, and he was just like looking at me all sad, and I just start crying, and I'm like, Mom, I knew him in a past life, like we were meant to be. And she's like, Marissa, we can't afford a dog. I'm like, we can't leave him, and he was abused, and he didn't bark for I think over a year when we had him, and I would crumple up paper, and he would go barking and running. He was just so abused. So it was beautiful to see him go from like this very timid dog to a year or two later feeling like loved and just happy, and he started barking, doing the whole like, is it beagles or basset hounds that do that like bark?
They.
Yeah. He
wow.
started doing it.
That's
The
great.
first time he did it, we cried. Like I was like, he's barking.
That's really beautiful.
Yeah. So I always rescue.
So if you were to adopt a dog, we've got beautiful dogs.
Yeah.
We've got amazing dogs and cats, all shapes and sizes
Yeah.
and temperaments. And what's the kind of dog that you would think you would go for?
I think I like. Okay, so I love like a Rottweiler,
Yeah?
a pit bull.
Awesome.
I like big dogs,
Okay.
but I don't know if I want to live with a big dog because I have my two little kitties. So I think I would go with like a smaller dog. I'm not very breed specific when it comes to like animals.
Love
like,
that.
I don't go to a breeder for a reason, right? Like I do of course see, you know, Dobermans are such pretty dogs, and Rottweilers. I like absolutely love seeing them. But like if they're not in the shelter, I'm not like going to shelter for a specific animal. I generally, like with my two cats, I went in there just see. I spent a couple days going over a couple weekends going and like spending time with the different cats and seeing which one I connected with the most.
Yeah.
And I connected with 50 and then Klaus. So I kind of just go in. There's no specific breed, but I think size.
Yeah.
Maybe a smaller dog. But let's say I connect with a big dog. I'm taking him home.
Yeah.
Like I'm taking him home.
You never know what the feels may be.
Oh, I know, because like dogs know. They choose you. Cats know. They choose you.
Absolutely. And actually, so we have Tippy in front of us. Yeah. Amanda, do you want to talk a little bit about Tippy
Yeah,
and
so
who she is?
absolutely. So Tippy's story, unfortunately, is not a very uncommon story here. She was found as a stray. She was just wandering around, but she immediately went up to her finder and started doing the tippy taps.
What does that look like?
It's like when they do their front legs and they're like tippy tapping because they're really excited. And she does that whenever anyone comes up to her kennel. She's just like, are we going out? She does like other dogs. We have used her as a helper dog.
Explain what a helper
Yeah.
dog is.
Absolutely, yeah. So when we kind of want to gauge a dog's reactivity or just how they interact with other dogs, we'll do a dog intro.
Okay.
And we use something called, a dog called a helper dog, who's kind of like our control. Like we already know how their behavior is with other dogs. We know what they're going to be like. So we have a control to see what the other dog is going to do and how they're going to interact.
Yeah.
So Tippy has been used as a helper dog.
What is she like? Like what's around other dogs? Then?
So she's very mellow for an 8-month-old puppy. As you can see, like she doesn't really act like an 8-month-old puppy. That's their kind of teen years when they're usually at their most rambunctious.
Yeah.
And she's a very mellow. She doesn't love getting chased. So
okay.
her kind of dog is like a dog who wants to coexist and play occasionally, but not be in her face all the time. So you know,
her
she's
temperament.
great for
Yeah, I
cats.
was gonna say
Yeah.
that sounds like a good temperament
Yeah.
for like a cat. Has she been around other cats?
We don't know.
Don't
So
know, okay.
because she came in as a stray, one of the unfortunate parts of that is that we don't know their history, so we don't know why she was there. If she ran away.
Which is actually a great interlude to talk about fostering. Fostering an animal serves so many different functions to help the animals that are in our care. One is obviously getting them out of shelter. Shelter environments can be really stressful for animals for so many different reasons. So get them into a home, get a little bit more information about who they really are after they have some time to decompress. Get some photos, get some videos,
See how they are with
awesome
cats.
stories.
Yeah, the other
See
cats,
how they are with
babies,
cats.
kids.
A lot of our foster caregivers will end up adopting the animal that they
I was one of
foster.
those.
You
I
guys got to
fostered.
know more about the adoptable. Whoa! After Marissa got to know more about the adoptable dogs and volunteer programs available at HRA, she headed on over to her first love, the cat room. Here she is meeting some of the adoptable kitties.
So Marissa, this is Artie.
Yeah, Artie's a good boy. Oh my goodness.
Artie, I believe, is 3 years old. He's a little shy at first, but as you can see, some treats are getting him out of his shell.
Yeah. Does he do well with other animals or other cats?
Sure. Based on his kind of shy temperament, I feel like it would take him a little while to warm up, but we definitely counsel adopters on how to introduce animals when they go through the adoption process.
Especially like cats. We have to introduce them so differently and slowly.
And every cat has their own distinct personality. So, but obviously he just wants attention right now.
When my friends get cats or they introduce two cats, I'm always very like, you gotta do it right. Put them in separate rooms. If it takes 2 weeks, it takes 2 weeks. But it's worth it because then
absolutely. So something the public might not know about the Humane Rescue Alliance is that we do offer the community a lot of services because what we want most of all is for pets to stay in their homes. Yeah. And so sometimes if a family is having trouble with an animal and they feel like their only thing to do is to surrender them to a shelter, we can actually intervene and provide services or education, any sort of resources so that that animal can stay with the family that they know. People can call us, they can check out our website and let us know what's going on because we really just want to keep families together.
Do you guys have like animal behavioralists or cat behavioralists?
We do. So we have a wonderful staff that is trained in animal behavior. And so they, hang out with each of the animals that comes through our doors and they can best kind of figure out what type of home environment is going to be great for them. And then they can provide tips to adopters.
They were very helpful. When I lived with an older partner, we both brought two cats in together, and we had to bring in a cat behavioralist.
Yeah.
Because we just could not figure out how to get them to manage in this house. And so it was helpful.
Yeah.
I don't think a lot of people realize that there's people available.
Those
for
options.
That.
Yeah, absolutely.
Where do most of your cats come from? Off the street or?
Very different. So we are an open access shelter. So we are open to the public 24/7. And we've got an animal control officer team that is out there, helping the community with any issues that may arise around pets. The community surrenders their animals here for a variety of reasons. If they're moving or unable to take care of them, or if there's medical issues that are just too much of a stretch, We will always try to provide services first because we don't want the animals here any more than they want to be here. So yeah, a variety of reasons, but at the end of the day, the goal is to get them all out as quickly as possible.
Yeah, so if do you guys go and actually pick them up if someone calls and say we have a stray animal that we found, or they have to come bring them?
It depends on the situation.
Okay.
So obviously we don't have unlimited resources. That would be amazing.
Yeah.
We rely on donor support for a lot of that.
Okay.
But no, so we have our officers that are out in the field that will handle certain situations.
Okay.
Most of the time it's people coming to us. But if there's, an extensive situation where we can help by having one of our staff go and provide the care in the home or whatever it is, we try to do that. We want to make it as easy on the community as possible. Oh, they're mean.
The orange kitty. Play there?
Yeah, they can go in it. It's like a tunnel.
I need one of these.
I've
for my
wanted to
cats.
get one for my cats too.
I need to
Because they
get
have
one.
like the bed in the top.
Oh my god, it's so cute. I'm getting one.
Artie has just totally come out of his shell during
Really?
this interview though.
Am I the cat whisperer?
You might be.
Am I the cat whisperer? My cats would say so. I want to adopt him.
You heard it here.
But I really like Flake, Mr. Flake over
Yeah.
there. I don't
Love
know if
the
I
cat
can
room.
take this one.
Here she is meeting some of the adoptable
Well,
kitties.
let's go visit Mr. Flake.
Let's go visit Mr. Flake. He's so cute.
And while all of the cats got their love, while all of the cats got love today, there was a particular adoptable that stole Marissa's heart. And Cuddles. Here she is meeting her new buddy Snowflakes. And while all of the cats got a lot of love and cuddles, there was a particular cat that stole Marissa's heart. And Cuddles. Here she is meeting her new buddy Snowflake. Do you think she took him home?
He likes being held.
Yeah.
Oh my
So he's not currently available because he's on medical treatment, and that could be for an array of different reasons. He could need blood work, stuff like that. And then we also have cats who are on behavior treatment, like Artie, who you were spending time with earlier. He came in very shut down and very
Really?
fearful.
Aww.
And it took him about 2 weeks to kind of warm up to us.
Was he on the streets?
Yes,
Okay. Yeah. Them streets are hard out
They
there.
are.
Oh, he's purry. Oh my god. Should I take?
He's a very sweet guy.
Do you guys have the cats interact with each other here, or no? They kept.
So no, we did at one point, but
Oh my god, that's my makeup. On him. I was like, did he turn? He's orange.
yeah, he's turning orange.
I've marked you. You're officially mine.
Yeah, you gotta go home
Look
with
at
him.
him.
So we don't do cat and cat interactions,
Mhm.
but if we do get two cats that come in together, either they were found together or they were surrendered together, especially if they're adults, we determine that they're bonded, basically, and we let them stay together.
Sir, you are officially orange because of me.
Yeah.
How do we feel?
Oh, baby boy.
Escape artist. Hi. So the cats seem to get, because I saw a lot of adopted. I've been adopted signs.
Yes.
So they get adopted pretty fast, huh?
Getting a little feisty. They do get cats, especially, and our kittens are gone within days.
Kittens.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
We also, with all of our animals here, we will not send them out until they're spayed or neutered. So a lot of
Okay.
them will have the reserved, I've been adopted, but still need to wait for their spay and neuter appointment.
Okay, and then as far as the kittens, because I know where I rescued Klaus and 50, if they were younger, I think it was 3 months old or so, they
Yes.
had to be adopted with another animal in the house. What's y'all's policy with that?
So with kittens that are 3 months and younger, we'll usually send them to a foster. And ideally, if they came in with other kittens, they'll stick with the other kittens.
Okay. So yeah, I know a lot of people just want that one kitten, but I know it's
Yeah.
important for their social skills to be around. other
Exactly.
animals.
Yeah, they might be a little awkward if they are raised without cats.
Yes. People think cats like to be alone, but they don't, do
No.
they?
They're social creatures, as you can see.
Yes, it's a social, and you're orange. Hey,
You'd have
he
to
likes
remove
it.
his makeup.
He'll start sitting with me on the mirror doing makeup together, like, Mom, where's my makeup?
Gotta put on the foundation. But we're hoping he'll be available really soon. Because
Mm.
behaviorally, he's fantastic.
He is. Look at him. He's purring. He's so happy. He's chosen me. So.
He has, so there you go.
Honestly. If you're looking to adopt a cat like Flake, though I don't know, he might be mine, come to Humane Rescue Alliance and find yourself a cat or even a dog, a bunny, or a snake. Flake.
Thanks again for watching Reality Rescue with the Love Pod. Tune in on Valentine's Day when Katie from Love is Blind Season 7 spends her day of love on a pod date with an adoptable pup. For more information on Humane Rescue Alliance, you can go to humanerescuealliance.org or visit them on socials at Humane Rescue Alliance. To get updates from the Love Pod, check us out on YouTube or your favorite podcasting platform, and of course social media at Love Pod Podcast. We love you. We'll see you next time.